Sestra-Tainment.
I'm Lenora.
And I'm Dee.
And we're coming to you today in regards to
Everything Entertainment.
All right, so I'm going to start first this week. And this week I am going to start with the Golden Globes.
All right.
The 2025 Golden Globes aired on CBS, streamed on Paramount+.
Why are you talking like that?
Because I am trying to be the broadcaster of the Golden Globes. You know how they go right before commercial break? And then they take...
I can't tell you the last time I watched the Golden Globes.
The 2025 Golden Globes will be brought back in just a moment. Yeah, that's what I'm
brought to you by Tide.
Or whatever it is. Yeah, exactly. Right now it's probably brought to you by Salesforce. Because I feel like everything's brought to you by Salesforce. Because it's like...
No idea what that is.
Oh, it's every Matthew McConaughey commercial that comes on TV during the Super Bowl is Salesforce. So they're paying a lot of money to be in commercials during big events.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah, they're like a... they're actually like a recruitment, I feel like candidate applicant tracking firm and relationship management. Like relationship management with your customers. Okay. So that you can text them and email them. Okay, anyway, I'm getting off. So we are talking about the Golden Globes. So it, like I said, was on CBS. It aired this past week. And I just was going to go through and name some of the shows as my sister yawns. So I guess I'm boring her already.
No, I'm just
She's sleepy.
But then also, I did not know the Golden Globes were on.
Yeah. They were on. I don't remember which day. It was Sunday or Monday, something like that. They came on television.
Okay.
And so, yes, they always typically have award season like January, February.
Okay.
And I guess because it's in California, they can do that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Because and then they always, like all the people who win are usually the movies that are towards the end of the year.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. So, because it's like, oh, it's fresh in my mind. Yeah. Of course. That's what I'll say. So we'll just go through the list and walk through and let's test you and see if you will stay awake for it, but also to see if you can guess who you think might have won. So best performance by an actress in a supporting role. You ready?
It's going to be Emma Stone. Go ahead.
No, she always wins for best actress, not supporting.
Not supporting. Okay.
So this is supporting for any motion picture.
Okay.
It is Isabella Rossellini, Conclave. Mm-hmm. Margaret Qualley, I have no idea who that is, in The Substance. Mm-hmm. Felicity Jones in The Brutalist. Selena Gomez in Emilia Perez. You have Ariana Grande in Wicked or Zoe Saldana in Emilia Perez.
Who was in Wicked?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Sorry, I don't know why I say that.
It's either going to be Ariana Grande or the lady we never heard of.
No, it's Zoe Saldana.
Oh. Zaldonia. You got to say it the right way. Saldonia. Yeah.
I do see the nya at the top. They have the squiggly.
Yeah, she's changed it
now. Oh. So it used to be Zoe Saldana, but now it's Zoe Zaldonia.
Yeah, Donia.
Saldonia. Okay, got it. Alrighty, perfect. Next, best performance by an actress in a television series, musical or comedy. You have Kathryn Hahn, Agatha All Day Long. Mm-hmm. You have Selena Gomez, Only Murders in the Building. You have, Ayo Edebiri. Edebiri. I knew how to say it. I just couldn't remember. For The Bear. And you have Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary. Kristen Bell for Nobody Wants This. I think you've seen all of these. And then Jean Smart for Hacks.
Ooh, Hacks got it last year, I believe. But I'm going to go with, it's either going to be, was it Ayo? It's either going to be Ayo or Selena.
Jean Smart Hacks.
I know.
You said it. And then you walked yourself out of it.
I know, but then it was like because Hacks got it. She got it last time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Karen Culkin in A Real Pain. Yura Borisov for Honora. I never heard of these things, so I'm just going to tell you. I mean, I don't even know why I'm reading these to you because you won't know them either. Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce in The Brutalist. Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice. And Denzel Washington in Gladiator 2.
It's not going to be Denzel.
No, I've heard that about Denzel for that role, but I'm surprised he was nominated. But
I'm going to say...
Et tu, Brute? Now let me stop.
Macaulay Culkin's brother.
You're right. Kieran
Yeah.
Culkin in A Real Pain.
Yeah,
He was the winner.
he's been in a lot of stuff here recently,
And a lot of
so.
people give him a lot of critical acclaim for
Yeah.
what he does. So,
Yeah.
best performance by an actor in a TV drama. So, first of all, which drama? Let's just ask, which drama do you think would win? You ready?
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Presumed Innocent, which would be Jake Gyllenhaal, because I think we watched it. Donald Glover was in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yep. Slow
It's
Horses.
not gonna be that one.
Gary Oldman, Slow Horses. Eddie Redmayne, Day of the Jackal. Billy Bob Thornton, Landman, or Hiroyuki Sanada for Shogun.
Ooh, Landman.
Nope.
Billy Bob Thornton. Oh, it's the guy from Horse thing.
Slow Horse, Gary Oldman. Nope.
No, who was
Shogun.
it? Shogun. Yeah, see, that's what when you said Shogun, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, you said, oh.
Yeah,
But you
because
didn't go back to it.
because I was still in my old, was it Golden Globe days, where it's like your personal color, that we're gonna look over you.
Oh man, no, we gotta get past that.
But there was a lot that had to get into it, so so
there you go. I get it. All right, so we have best performance by an actress in a television series in a supporting role. Jessica Gunning, Baby Reindeer.
Baby Reindeer.
Yeah, Baby Reindeer.
I love saying that.
Lisa Colin Yaris for The Bear. Hannah Edenbeiner for Hacks, or Hannah, maybe she says Hannah. Dakota Fanning for Ripley. Allison Janney for The Diplomat, or Callie Reese for True Detective, Night Country.
Allison Janney.
No.
Oh. Is it Hacks again? Who is it?
Baby Reindeer.
Baby Reindeer.
Yes.
love
Jessica
it.
Gunning won. If you think about it, she killed that performance.
But then I feel like she was supporting. Is that what it said?
Yeah.
But I feel like everything was. You barely saw the guy in it. Really, it was all about her.
Yeah.
I couldn't even remember the guy's name or like anything about him. It was all about her. My baby reindeer.
Yeah, exactly. She did a really good job.
She did.
So, and then let's see what else we have. We have, best performance by an actor in a television series, musical or comedy. You ready?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Adam Brody, Nobody Wants This. Ted Danson, A Man on the Inside. Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building. Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building. And Jason Segel for Shrinking.
Oh, it's gonna be Shrinking or The Bear. The Bear.
You're right.
Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White for Jeremy Allen White.
What's his name?
for The Bear.
Gene. What was the name of the actor who did Willy Wonka?
Oh, you're talking about Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Yeah. That's he's the new Gene Wilder. But you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that all actors and actresses their faces are all just redone of somebody else, who was already there.
Yeah,
I've noticed that. Like, you look just like such and such. Like,
Yeah,
how many
from black and
Margot
white
Robbies
movies.
are out there? There's like a whole bunch of women out there that look like Margot Robbie.
yeah.
They're all younger than her.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like they just take the face and it's like, this is the
I
face
thought
that
you were
works.
saying like you would take a Gene Kelly and then there's new people who look like
Oh yeah,
that,
but it's everybody though.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
all of them. So it's like, hey, this is the face that people like. This girl is trying to be an actress, so let's go ahead and shoot her forward because she looks like this one. If they can't get her, then they're gonna get the low budget one.
they go to the next
Wish,
best thing.
the Wish version of the person.
Well, I appreciate you playing the game. I'm going to go ahead and just name the rest of the winners, but thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
It is best screenplay for a motion picture. We have Conclave, that one.
Mm-hmm.
For best stand-up comedy television performance, maybe I'll ask you this one and you see, because you like stand-up comedy, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have Rami Youssef for More Feelings. Adam Sandler for Love You. I didn't even know he did a comedy special. Nikki Glazer for Someday You'll Die. Seth Meyers for Dad Man Walking. Ali Wong for Single Lady. Or Jamie Foxx for What Had Happened Was.
Nikki Glazer.
No. Which is weird because she was hosting.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
No.
Who was it?
Ali Wong. Single Lady.
Ali Wong?
She
Okay,
won.
wow.
for the best one. Yeah.
She is really funny, and I do like her.
Yeah.
And I've watched her stand up, but I know that I have not heard a lot about her when it comes to talk of like stand up comedy stuff from what I'm hearing on other podcasts and stuff that I hear. Mm-hmm. But I hear Nikki Glazer's name all the time.
All the time. Yep, I can believe that.
Yeah.
All right, so best motion picture non-English. This is where it comes in. Amelia Perez. So that's a non-English. So
that makes
why
sense.
I didn't know it. Okay. Then you have, this is good. You ready?
Yeah.
Best performance by an actor in a limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television. That's a lot of options. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Koch, Monsters, the Kyle and Eric Menendez story.
Mm-hmm.
Edwin McGregor. How do you say his name? Edwin McGregor?
Edwin McGregor?
Well, it's Ewan. Edwin, okay,
Mm-hmm.
with no D. Okay, Edwin McGregor. A Gentleman in Moscow. Andrew Scott for Ripley. Richard Gadd for Baby Reindeer. Colin Farrell for The Penguin, or Kevin Kline for Disclaimer.
Colin Farrell.
I know, right? He did. He won.
He did one? Okay.
Yes, he needed to. That was
because when you got the Gigantes and they're coming to get me, Ma. I swear, that is what it is. You got the Gigantes and they're coming to get me. That's what it is.
His performance, if anyone has not seen
if you haven't seen The Penguin, watch it.
Just please watch like one episode. You will like start looking at it like, where's Colin Farrell? I'm trying to find him. Where's he at? Where's he at? He is the Penguin.
Yeah, but you'll get a glimpse of him just from his eyes. But just from his eyes, because it's like he has prosthetics from his nose down to like his chest. Well, actually, I don't even know how far it goes before he has a fat suit on. You know?
Yeah, but it was amazing.
The Gigantes and Moronis.
And I said it from the first second I watched it, and I was like, "Wait, that's him?" And I said, "He deserves something for this." Like Emmy,
the way he walks,
Globe or whatever. Yep,
the way
his walk was always the same. Everything, like, and his facial expression, like it was amazing.
Yeah, from an Irish accent to like a New York, New Jersey type accent that is. It's like the old, but it's like an older way. So like everything that you say has like a U or Y.
Yeah, you know he did a great job.
Okay. Did a really good job.
Best performance by an actress, limited series, anthology series, or motion picture. So this is the women's side.
Okay.
Sofia Vergara, Griselda. Naomi Watts for Feud, Capote versus the Swans. Kate Winslet for The Regime. Jodie Foster, True Detective, Night Country. Kate Blanchett. Did I say that already? No. Disclaimer. And Kristen Milioti for The Penguin. So she was the opposite of Colin Farrell in The Penguin.
Who'd
Jodie
you say?
Foster, Kate Blanchett, Kristen Milioti, Sofia Vergara, Naomi Watts, and Kate Winslet.
Kate Blanchett. Winslet? The other lady who was with the Gigantes.
No, Jodie Foster.
Jodie? Oh, okay, good. Jodie Foster. I didn't watch it. It was
so good.
You know what? I watched like...
Wait, did I finish it?
10 minutes of the first few episodes, and I was like,
Yeah, I mean, it was slow.
Yeah, it was too slow for me. Yeah.
Because it was
like
Alaska at night all the time. Yeah. So, but now as I say this, I'm like, it was good. But then I'm like, did I watch the last episode?
It's like, was it that good that you don't remember?
I do remember, but I think I might need to watch just the last episode again because it kind of stinks out. But anyway, last thing, best performance by an actress in a motion picture or musical. It was Demi Moore for The Substance, which I did not watch, but I saw her with a Golden Globe in her hand, so I knew that I needed to check it out. Do you know what Amy Adams is doing in Night Bitch?
She
turns into a dog?
I don't know if it's a dog or a wolf or something like that, but she gets very primal.
Okay.
And I think it's like, yeah, she turns into some kind of... I almost watched it, yeah. But she's like a kid. She starts eating like raw meat and all this other stuff. And her husband's like, "You good?" And she just like runs off like in the trailer. So I don't know. I'm gonna watch it.
All right. Well, then I'll just say last thing is that the Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award went to Wicked. The best television limited series, anthology, or motion picture made for TV went to Baby Reindeer.
Baby Reindeer.
Yep. And the best, we can't say it.
I know, he gets it.
First time.
Baby
then,
Reindeer.
Yeah,
that sounds weird.
Once you say reindeer, then it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Like with Santa and his, I didn't say Santa and his reindeer.
Yeah.
I didn't say it then. It's only with baby.
Yes. Yeah. It's only baby.
Only when you say baby, you have to say reindeer.
Yeah. Baby reindeer.
That's how it goes. Best TV series, comedy, or musical was Hacks. Best performance by an actress on television was Anna Sawai for Shogun. Best television series drama was Shogun. So Shogun was knocking it out the park.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Shogun.
But it looks like The Brutalist. Best motion picture was The Brutalist. And best performance by an actor was Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. So The Brutalist, Amelia Perez, which isn't in English, and then Shogun seemed to be the top winners of the night.
Okay.
And that is
you know
the Golden
what?
Globes.
I've asked you this before. I feel like I ask you this every year. All right. For the Golden Globes, who votes on these?
I don't know if you've asked me that before.
I feel like I have.
But I know. Wait, is that the foreign press, the Hollywood Foreign Press?
I don't know. But my thing is,
think that's who it is.
I feel like everybody who is in the running, if you made a movie last year, you should be able to cast a vote.
No.
Why not? That's how you get your president. Cast a vote. Everybody cast a vote. So therefore, if you're in the movies, you should be able to cast your vote.
Yes. Oh, entertainment journalists and are recognized from media organizations for that. So it's 300 journalists from around the world who vote for the Golden Globes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the Hollywood Foreign Press, yeah. They were disbanded, it says. So that's why now it's just restructured to say. Because I was like, I feel like I remembered everybody saying the Hollywood Foreign Press. Yeah. But now I guess something happened. They don't want to say the word Hollywood. I don't know. Anyway, so now they've disbanded that. And now
they don't want to say foreign anymore, probably.
I don't know. Maybe.
Woo, America.
Or it could be that, just based on different things that they just want to say, no, we're just recognizing 300 journalists because y'all are, like, maybe it wasn't as diverse as it needed to be. I don't know. So anyway, but now it's 300 journalists. So that sounds worse than the Hollywood Foreign Press. It sounds like it's just entertainment journalists from 300 places. Yeah. 300 of them.
So we just picked 300 people that we paid off so they can go ahead and put our stuff in.
Vote for us and put us. Give us an award. So,
but no, but anyway. I mean, as for so Shogun, I've heard a lot about Shogun. I've had multiple people be like, "Hey, you got a podcast? Have you talked about Shogun?" I'm like, I haven't even started watching it yet.
Yeah.
So I have heard a lot about that. So I did know that Shogun was going to win a good amount of awards. Actually, I did not know because with the period pieces that are not American.
Well, British though,
yeah. But no, I'm saying, but they tend to be really good, but they kind of get swept under the rug, like pushed to the side, mainly. But they'll be really, really good, and people will rave about it, but then they won't get the.
So then this means that it was really, really, really good because it got the awards and recognition that it should have. So I guess we'll be watching Shogun. Everybody, for. People who on the East Coast, you got snow and things, you're in the house, then go ahead and watch Shogun.
Hey, if you're in the West Coast and everything's on fire, watch Shogun.
Oh gosh, I didn't need to leave. I don't know if I'm gonna.
You got your phone. Just like go somewhere,
get your alert, and then
and then go ahead away, and then it's like I'm not in my house. What am I gonna do? Yeah. Oh, I can watch Shogun.
Okay,
keep my mind off of my house possibly being on fire.
All right. So on that note, we will go ahead and hand it over to you, sis. What do you have?
All right. So what I have is Tyler Perry's movie, The 688.
Okay. 688.
Yes. So what The 688 is actually in World War II around 1943-ish. 855 black women soldiers in the U.S. Army were actually able to go to Europe and deal with a male issue. Mm-hmm. Now, what the main thing about this is that when they were first having the black women in the Army, They just sent them to different states to do their training. They sent not different states. They sent them to Georgia to do their training.
Okay.
But they were never sent off to war. It was just kind of like, look, we got to make it equal. Go ahead and let them train and everything. They're dumb. They don't know what they're doing. So we're just going to keep them there. They'll be fine like that. Yeah. But then what ends up happening is you're watching the movie and then you see this lady standing outside of the White House. She's standing outside the gate. And Susan Sarandon pulls up. Is it Susan Sarandon? Yes. She's the one with the big eyes, right? Yeah.
Thelma or Louise? No,
yeah. So Susan Sarandon, she plays Eleanor Roosevelt. Now you see her in her car and her sitting in the back of the car and she sees the lady at the gate. She's looking at her. She goes inside and she asks, how long has that lady been there? So, what does that lady want? And it was like, she hasn't said anything, ma'am. And she's like, okay. So, and then now it keeps going this day after day after day. And now the lady is standing outside in the rain, still standing at the gate. So what does Miss Roosevelt do? She goes and she gets some tea and gets the umbrella and is like, come on, let's go. And she goes down and asks the lady what's going on. And the lady ends up telling her, I haven't talked to my son in 3 years. He's in the war. I know I've been sending him stuff. I don't know what's happening. Like, there's no way to get in contact with him to know if he's alive or if he's dead. I'm just waiting for them to come and just give me that letter that says, you know, your son has died. And she was like, but I don't know what to do. So as she's talking to Eleanor Roosevelt, you know, Eleanor Roosevelt was getting things done. Okay. So I feel like she was like the real president, but Eleanor Roosevelt was really getting stuff done. So she was like, let me figure out what's going on with that. She tells her husband, hey, look, we got an issue. Why are these ladies saying that they're not hearing from the kids in the war? Yeah. Like, this is a war that we are in. Like, you know, that's going to boost morale. He's like, oh, I don't know. Let me look into it. Talks to a general. The general is super racist and super sexist. So he's just like, okay, well, I will go ahead and figure out something, but we're not worried about the mail right now. We're worried about our guys getting ammo and getting food and blah, blah, blah. And the president's like, boost morale. If they have no reason to fight, then they won't fight.
Right, exactly.
So then he's like, okay, I'll figure out what I can do. Now, there's a love story in this. The love story starts with a young black lady and her Jewish friend who they go to like school together, but he is already in the military. And they're flirting back and forth, but he's like so in love with her. She basically, like, her family's like, you know, you can't be with that white boy. Yeah. I don't know what you think you're doing. And she's like, well, we're just friends. It's like, well, ain't no friend gonna come and sit outside of this house and, you know, wait, you know, see if they can be able to talk to you and blah, 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 sitting outside for hours. So he ends up saying to her, hey, I love you. I'm gonna go off to war. And when I come back, we're gonna be together. I don't care what anybody says. And with that, she never got any letters. So she now finds out that they are allowing black women to go ahead and join the army. So she joins the army so she can be closer to him. Be close and help with the now, she already knows a lot of stuff about the army because while he is going through all his training, she knows everything. She's helping him. She's hearing all the alphabet and different things and like how they say the different numbers in different areas. Like you look at, like, watch your six and blah, 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 blah. So she knows all of this. So she is already super smart, and not only is she super smart, but she's also quick to learn things about the army. The only thing is, she is not quick to be so physical in the army. Okay. There's a lot of physical stuff that she has to go through. Now, you do have... Now, she is the main character. She is actually played by Ebony Obsidian. Her name is going to be Lena... let's say Lena King. Okay. That's going to be the main character. Now, when she finds out she can go to the military, her mother is like, no, I don't want my baby to go. Her aunt's like, they ain't gonna do nothing but just send her to Georgia. Like, you already know. They're not sending the black women nowhere. She was like, I don't know why you crying. So now you have the major over top of the Negro females, Kerry Washington, who plays Major Adams. Now, Major Adams is like, just trying to go ahead and get my war papers so you can let me know, you know, where I'm going to be at, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we'll let you know. Nothing. So then finally, what happens is that she does get information to go ahead and give it out. But she's like, to do mail, like, we're supposed to be going off to war. My ladies are ready and blah, 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 blah. And the man's like...
What were they supposed to do in the war?
They were supposed to be doing the mail.
I mean, but she was like, to do mail. So what did you think they were going to be doing?
To go fight. That's what, what everybody else was doing.
That's what I was just confirming. Did she think that they were truly letting women fight?
She was like, we need our war papers. We can be out there, and they're already the best at everything they do because of the fact that she ran a tight ship. She was like, look, I don't know how y'all grew up, but we have to work harder than anybody else because, one, we're black, and two, we're women.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
So, therefore, if you think you're going to mess up, you better work harder at it because I will keep getting after you because you're not going to make us look bad.
Right.
Not me. You're not going to make us as a whole, black women as a whole in the military look bad. They already think that we're dumb. They already think that we can't do anything. You make us look good. So while they are doing the training, they have people going through and taking pictures to put in the paper. Mm-hmm. One of the pictures to put in the paper was of Lena. Mm-hmm. Lena was in the gas chamber. Lena didn't make it in the gas chamber. She ran out. They are taking pictures of her, and she's starting to feel like down and out. And Major Adams is like, see, look what you're doing. If you're not ready, go home. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to make all this look bad. And she's just sitting there crying. It's like, it's not that she's saying this to put you down. She's saying this like, this is not just you.
Right.
This is all of us. So if you can't get it together, figure a way out to get it together or get out. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, now what's happening, it's all over the paper. Major Adams is getting with all of the officers in different places. And now they are starting to make jokes, starting to make racial slurs and things like that to her, even to the point where she has to tell somebody, I am a major and you will salute me.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, I love it too. But the man that she has to work for is such a POS that he's just trying his best to do anything and everything to show that she doesn't know what she's doing. Now, when they get the papers so they can go ahead and go to war, the man above her, who is, if you ever watch Claws, he's Uncle Daddy. I don't know if you've seen it, but his name is Dean Norris, but he is General Holt. Now, General Holt is like, look, this is your orders, take it or leave it. I really don't care. I don't care if y'all don't come back. It's better for y'all to not be here at all. We didn't want y'all to be in our war. But you know what? This is what the president said. The president said he wants somebody to go through the mail, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So he also says to her, how good are your women at marching? And she's like, oh, my women are the best at marching. He said, all right, well, we're going to put them on a boat, ship them right over. And then I want them to march off the boat, not missing a step, no nothing. Now you are taking a big ship that actually is like a cargo ship.
Yeah.
Across the water. No, you don't fly. Right. You're taking them in a cargo ship across the water. Nothing but choppy waves. These ladies have never been in waves like this. They are vomiting everywhere. Mm-hmm. They're like, I just want to leave. I want to die. I want my mama. Like, all of that.
That's a long way. Yeah.
And as Major Adams hears that, she's like, so this man wants them to come across the Atlantic Ocean with this choppy water and be able to march off the boat without having sea legs. Mm-hmm. And
she had a march on the boat. Did she have a march on the boat?
Oh, it doesn't show them getting on the boat.
Oh.
It doesn't show them getting on the boat.
I was just thinking at marching while on the boat.
Like, no. She shows up. Because when she shows up and was like, look, ladies, this is how it's going to go. So y'all don't mess up. And what do? They march like perfectly. Mm-hmm. And as they are marching, they have to get to where the officers are, and they're supposed to, march, turn their head, salute, turn their head back, keep marching or whatever. Right. So they are marching out of the boat, down streets. Yeah. So I don't know how long they're marching.
Heels on.
And also it's freezing cold.
Oh gosh.
They have on like big jackets and everything, but then they are marching in step. don't miss a step. Every time something's called out, they are doing it perfectly. So when they get to the point where they have to salute all of the upper generals and everything, the General Holt's kind of like, psh, like, I can't believe they are doing all right. And, you know, Major Adams is sitting there proud, like, that's my lady, see? And now they have marched off. They go and Major Adams and her second in command, I can't think of what her name is. But anyway, Captain Campbell.
Okay.
Her second in command, they go and they're like, hey, before all the ladies get there, they say, hey, can you, they say to some guys, hey, you know, we need to see the mail. And they're like, who are you? She's like, I am a major and you will salute me. I love that she just kept saying that to all the white boys. I'm a major, you will salute me. They're like, oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, yeah. And she's like, okay, show me the mail. They open up an airplane hangar. Do you know how big an airplane hangar is?
Oh, my gosh. Full of mail?
Wait, do you know how big an airplane hangar is?
Yes.
It is of a 747 from wing to wing and then from nose to tail.
Yeah.
That deep. So that's got to be what, like 8 football fields?
I don't know. Long.
Yeah. So she's like, this is the mail. It is piled so high. She is climbing up it.
And this is mail that has come in for them, or mail
this
that is going
mail
back out
that
to their
has
family?
never been sent out because they didn't have enough manpower to be able to send it out. And by the time they found out where they could send it out to, people have already moved. So it's sent mail. So it's from the family to the base, from the base to go somewhere. Oh no,
so
we can't find these people.
Even got the mail, so they're thinking their family hasn't even reached out to them.
Yes, and everybody in the U.S. is like, is my child dead? I don't know what's going on.
Right,
so that's the reason why the reason why that lady was standing outside in the rain. Like, I want to hear from my baby, and you're gonna make it happen.
And all because of her, all this.
Yes,
happened.
exactly. So now, from there, you have them asking, okay, so how much mail is this? And they were like, we don't know. And she was like, all right, is this all of it? They said, no, ma'am, there's more. She was like, okay. She's like, all right, show me where it's at. He was like, oh, it's all of this. And she said, all of what? And you see about 9 to 10 hangers on one side and 9 to 10 hangers on the other side. They said each hanger is full of mail.
Of all these people just
that mail had to have been about 30 feet tall.
Oh my gosh.
Because in order for her to be able to talk to all of her privates, she had to go up on it and tell them exactly, look, they don't want us to succeed with this, but we got 6 months to go through all of this mail. It was 17 million pieces of mail.
Oh my gosh.
They were supposed to go through it. They had to find a system. Now think about it. This mail has been there for years.
Yeah, people are gone. People have died. Things have happened.
So not only that, but now it's like, what? How? Like, this mail's been sitting there. Rats have eaten it.
Yeah. How do you
moths,
figure it out? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mold, mildew.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're trying to figure it out. They gave them a place to go ahead and be able to sort the mail. Worst place ever. Mm. It was like it looked like it used to be a hospital that was just.
So would they have to ship the mail over to a hospital to then pull it over? Who?
Ship? No.
I mean, not ship, but drive it over in a truck?
The ladies had to get the mail.
Yeah.
Put it on some trucks and bring it over, and that's what they were trained to do, was for driving the trucks, those big trucks that would carry different supplies and everything. Yeah. That's all full of mail. Mm-hmm. But the thing is also with that is, while you're doing that, you also have to think about landmines.
Oh, so then they have to work around those. So
because they already know how to work around landmines and bombs, but not actually physically doing it. They've only studied how to do it.
Yeah, stimulation or whatever. Yeah.
So, basically from there, they go through the mail and they're trying to figure out how all of this, what to do. And General Holt comes in and he's trying to go into everywhere. He's like, oh, let me go in here. And she's like, I'm sorry, General, my ladies are sleeping. That's my night shift ladies. They're sleeping, so you can't go in there. You can't wake them up. He's like, did they not tell you that I was coming for my inspection? She said, yes, they did. Mm-hmm. He was like, so my inspection means I inspect what I want to inspect. She was like, okay, I understand that. You're not going to wake up my ladies if you want to get this stuff done.
Yeah.
Isn't this the president's orders, basically? Mm-hmm. Then he was like, so what's this? She said, no, that's the showers. And then he turns around and says something. And at that point, I was like, is this man going to try to go into the women's showers to see a black woman naked? But then he has his hand on the door and he gets upset and just keeps walking. Now, he has words with her in front of all of the privates who were going through the mail. Now, granted, they did have to clean up that hospital and set everything up before being able to do the mail.
Of course.
And when I say set everything up, cobwebs, rodents, barely have it. There's no heat, no nothing. So, he's ripping her a new one in front of everybody. And she says what she has to say with, like, you know, she has her eyes are watered, but she ain't gonna let it fall. But as soon as he turns away and walks, that one tear falls, right? It was like Denzel Washington on Glory. He's getting whipped. You know what I'm saying? So then she's asking the ladies, is there anything else that we could do to be able to get this better? And the ladies are like, yeah, we all have suggestions. So with those suggestions, it was like, okay, I feel like I should be able to work with this because I'm really good at puzzles. Okay. So I can piece together different things. All the stuff
that's falling apart.
Yeah, that's falling apart, and we'd be able to figure out where they go. Then they got to the point where it's like, okay, well, we found that some of these perfumes that are being sent from, like, I guess the ladies were sending their husbands the perfume so they would be able to smell, you know, whatever. Some of these perfumes, we backtracked to where the perfumes came from, where you could buy it at in the United States, how to be able to ship it out and then be like, okay, so from this, then I know that this person came from Kansas because this perfume comes from Kansas. Okay. And now this is who's in Kansas. A lot of the people, a lot of the soldiers were smart and were putting clues on their mail. And I thought that was amazing because then the soldiers are like, we're sending our mail, but we're not getting it back. They were putting a drawing of the next location they were supposed to be, but the drawing was actually how much territory they had. So it would be like a drawing of something that looked like a diamond. Okay. But that's the territory that the U.S. had. That base looked like this. Like that. Or this one looked like a rhombus, and that base looked like this and like that. So those were on the picture on the front of the envelopes. So they were just like, well, we figured out that when they're putting this on there, then that means that they're leaving from this area where it has their numbers to go to this area next.
It has that. Okay, got it.
So they were piecing that all together. Now, they had 3 years of back mail, 17 million pieces of mail.
6 months to do it.
They had 6 months to do it. They got it done in 90 days.
What?
It always takes a black woman, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. God.
90 days?
90 days. It was, let me see exactly
But see, that just shows where somebody would be like, this is impossible. But it's like, what do you feel? What do you believe to be true?
Exactly.
And that major was like, no, we've got this, we can prove it, we can do this.
But they just was like, there's no way possible for them to do it. But you know what, once they fail, then we don't have to worry about black women being in the military anymore. They're just going to ship them back home and we don't have to worry about that.
They just go to Georgia.
Yeah, and you know what, they did 65,000 pieces of mail per 8-hour shift.
65,000 per shift. Wow.
Now there's a lot of ladies.
How many women was it?
855.
Okay.
But a lot of the women did pass away from mines and things like that, from them driving the mail back and forth. And the government did not want to pay for their burial. So what happens, they get a helmet and they pass it around to all of the ladies, all 855 ladies, the ones that are left over, to put money together to be able to bury these ladies.
And did they bury them back home or did they bury them there?
They are buried in a cemetery there.
Oh, in cemeteries where they were. Okay.
Yeah. So we have like U.S. territory cemeteries over in other countries. Yeah. And so it's a very good movie. It's definitely it's a historical movie. All of it is facts except for the love story. Yeah. Love story is the only thing that's not facts. There was one lady who did live to see the movie being made. Okay. but she passed away before it was done.
I was going to say before it was released. I heard about that.
She was the last lady who was alive, and I think she was like 101. Didn't look it.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I ain't see. She looked younger than mom.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Yeah.
She had mom beat by 30 years, and still, I don't know what her skin regimen was.
Vaseline, probably.
Probably
That's
Vaseline.
What old women do.
Yeah, Vaseline.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's at the end of it, it does show all the information about it. So it shows old clips from everything that they were doing with the pictures and the videos that they were taking to put on the news and things like that. They actually had that. They show actual Major Adams. They show her and how she was very like, I run a tight ship, so you better get ready. Mm-hmm. They show some of the ladies who were the last ones who were alive, and them being together at a memorial where they had changed the name of Fort Lee to Fort something Adams, Fort Gates Adams or something like that, which it was like it was like some man who did some stuff, and then Major Adams. So yeah, that's it. I talked a lot about this. We've only hit 2 subjects.
I know, in 40 minutes, but it's been a lot going on.
But yeah, very good. Right. Please check it out. The 68888. Now it's not written out 6888. It is, the name of it is 6888.
Okay, triple.
The words.
The word triples 8. Okay, got it. All right. Well, I have, and this is something really good too that I want to spend time on. But okay, anyway, Luther.
It's our show. We can do what we want to do.
We can do what we want.
We can do what we want.
Own this
at Grandma's house. You remember that?
Yeah.
Listen. At Grandma's house, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah. It's like, Linda, listen. Okay, so, but yeah, so it's Luther. Never too much.
Yeah, I've been trying to find it. I can't find it.
Okay, it's on. Okay, it came on CNN.
Let's see if Mom wants to watch it tonight.
It is. Yeah, I asked her about it too. It is produced by Foxhole, which is Jamie Foxx's production company. And because it was on CNN, I have only found it on things like Hulu if you're paying for Hulu Live, YouTube if you're paying for Red or whatever, and Sling TV. So here in this house, we can watch it on Sling TV. Okay. So and OMG, when I tell you one of the best documentaries that I have ever seen regarding a real person that you know, and you had no idea about this person.
That he was gay?
No, not that. I mean,
I didn't even know. Everybody knew.
No. Well, the thing is that is a controversy in the actual show.
What?
So
really?
Trust me, like you'll see it when you watch it. But basically, it goes through his whole story, right? And how he grew up, poor in a certain, part of, I forgot where he was, Jersey, Philadelphia, somewhere. I can't remember. Anyway, so him growing up, and or maybe it was New York,
was
because
it Chicago?
He was doing Apollo and things like that. Yeah. So his parents, took him to see a show or different things like that. But long story short, he saw Diana Ross. He was in love.
Oh,
he saw Aretha Franklin. He was in love. But when he saw Dionne Warwick, it was something about Dionne Warwick who was like his muse. That's all I can
friends
say.
Are for.
Well, and it's like, anybody got a heart?
Exactly. Yeah.
He took it and made it. He remade it, right? He remade a couple of her songs. And so, but it's like, he even said, like, A House Is Not a Home was her song.
So
it's like all these different songs, and it was like, well, when Luther makes it over, it ain't yours no more.
Yeah, it's not.
Like, nobody will remember that you even sung it. Yeah. Like, that's how serious it is when Luther. And then I'm going to play a clip so that you can actually see that. But long story short, he saw what singing and acting and all that did to people and how happy people became from that. And he just was on a mission.
Okay.
And when I say on a mission, he was like, I don't care what I have to do. He was writing music for people. He was producing music for people. He was coming up with the lyrics. He was coming up with the jingles.
He was on Sesame Street.
He was on Sesame Street with a group of people. So they go into that. It goes into how he was a part of a group originally called Luther. And it was a whole group of people, and how he started down that path. It talks about how he did jingles, meaning you would watch a chicken commercial and it's like, ain't nothing like that chicken or whatever. And it was Luther, you know? And so they even talk about how he came up with the ooh, because he said that he was doing something for, I think it was a chicken spot.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, we need to talk about how, or burger spot, but it was like, we need to talk about how the burgers are sizzling good or whatever. So he was like, that's or whatever. Like, he did something for that, right?
Yeah.
And so when he did that, because they were like, we need something extra on the end of this. Like, yeah, you're singing it, but we need something extra. So that's when he did the woo, 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 woo. And so anyway, him doing that for that commercial, they said after that, everybody like in the town started woo, woo, woo,
doing it. Yeah, so he's like,
they said he never did it for anything else again. He kept that patented for himself.
Okay. Yeah.
So he like knew, like, this is going to be my signature.
This is my
signature,
absolutely.
right? And so it goes into that story. It goes into him with David Bowie.
Okay.
Did you know that Luther and David Bowie were attached at the hip for
I could see that.
years?
I could definitely see that. I'm pretty sure that he probably helped him with some of the music.
Oh my gosh. Like literally there's so much video of him and David Bowie. Like literally you're watching the two of them and they're talking through and strategizing and figuring out what kind of tone and what words and how David Bowie could be more funk or be more like just black, for lack of a better way of saying
because
it.
I mean, fame.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, all that he helped him with.
Yeah, you said this a bump, bump, bump,
Yep.
bump, bump, bump.
And that's what you would hear in a Luther song.
Yeah, exactly.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
see?
it's all of those things
I
go
love that.
into this beautiful package, and so it just shows him being his backup singer and how he was everybody's backup singer.
Yeah.
So you have Stevie Wonder, and it's da 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 da. And some people were like, I was today years old when you put that on social media. They were like, I was today years old when I found out that was Luther's voice.
Yeah, Luther was everywhere.
And people were like, how did you not know that was Luther's voice? Like that part alone, I always knew was Luther, right? Then you had where he was singing back up for, who was it? Roberta Flack. So he sung back up for Roberta Flack for
But when he was doing this, he was also selling women's clothes, correct?
They didn't go into as much about his doing that, but he was he before that though. Even with Roberta Flack, I think he had already paid for his mom to get a new house and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if he was still selling women's clothes then, but probably like the Sesame Street years and all of that kind of stuff for sure. But then when people started realizing, like, no, he is a writer and he is a person who is giving all these people songs. So he wrote Jump, Jump, Jump Through It for Aretha Franklin. So it's like he saw this woman on TV when he was younger, idolized her, thought she was amazing, loved her vocal range and how she could do all these different things and emulated some of that to a degree. And yet was like, oh my gosh, I get to write a song for Aretha Franklin. And then he got to sing with Dionne Warwick. Yeah. And so then, because they had a song that they released together. It was like all these things. It was so amazing. And so I'm going to play just really quick a different person who was on, I think this is my, what is this? Oh, my Instagram. So this is a guy who kind of did a great compilation that I just wanted to play. You ready? Okay, here we go.
I just watched the Luther Vandross documentary and my mind is blown. Some of these songs you might not have known that he sung the background vocal, but you have to listen closely so you can actually hear him in the background.
What? The freak?
That's David Bowie. He wrote that, I think.
I'm getting chills thinking about this.
Remember.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Neil Rogers said every song that Keats he was on. Oh, no,
Yeah, you can hear him in that.
Yeah, he wrote this. He wrote this song.
Oh, wow.
Did y'all know these Luther Vandross songs are actually covers?
So that's Marvin Gaye. But you know Dionne Warwick. Brenda Russell. The Carpenters. So, I mean, come on now, y'all. Seriously. And this is just a fraction of the stuff that they talk about.
I really have chills.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But I've always loved Luther. Luther and Shaka Khan, I don't know what it was about them two. But if they did an album together, I would probably still be playing it to this day.
I am literally going to watch the documentary again because it's that good. It was so much information in there. And it's like just everything. Like Dionne was like, yeah, that's his song. Like I made it first. But she said, I just gave it to him. I was like, it's yours. You can have it. Like,
is she in the documentary?
She's in the documentary. Jamie Foxx is in the documentary. People who sung with him from the very beginning are in the documentary. Like people who were like, yeah, he came to my mama and said, he need to get some nice shoes because we going on, on the stage.
road. Yeah.
We going to do some things. And the mama was like, I ain't paying $25 for no shoes. And he said, all I know is Luther talked to my mama. Next thing you know,
I got $25 shoes.
So he was like, just that passion that he had just was infectious, and and he made everybody better. So they were like, was he tough for us as background dancers? Yes. Yeah. Did he design all of the outfits of every single person?
Every single rhinestone.
Everything. Yes. Did he come out as being gay in his entire life? No.
But if you ever saw him at an award show, the man beside him.
But there's a man beside him who's in the documentary who was like, we were friends.
Didn't say but as flamboyant.
As
he was.
Yeah.
You can't tell me there ain't no other people be like,
but
black men didn't hang out with flamboyant men back then.
And the unfortunate part in the documentary, and this is why people are like, something like, why are they talking about him being gay? They didn't really come out and say he was gay. What happened in the documentary is that Andy Cohen asked Patti LaBelle a question about, wasn't he gay?
Yeah, and because he did her clothes, right?
And how Patti answered that question. And I won't go into it, but how she answered that question is why people are like, oh.
So it wasn't so there was vague?
Or no? I'm not going to say. Okay. I'll just let y'all watch it. That'll be your cliffhanger.
But I'm saying it was okay, so you're not going to say it was
I'm not even going to give you an answer. But it'll be that you'll see because they speak to her response on there in the documentary. Oh, wow. Okay. And just like, they just
did she say, well, yeah, he always had the best clothes for me.
I will not speak to what she says, but anyway,
dress me to the nines.
But what was the biggest aha for me, and like the saddest thing for me, was that this guy, this crooner, this guy who sung so much about love and so much about everything, and never had love in his life.
But you know what his love in his life was? Music.
His love was music, but he desired
that
to have that. Because he said his favorite song was, I think, Anyone Who Had a Heart, or something like that. Like he was just saying, no, any love. I think that's what it was. Everyone needs a love, no doubt. Any love. And it talks about, I know there's a love waiting for me, and I'm just searching for it, and all of that stuff, to come into my life. But
I mean, he got his love in a different way. Because the amount of people that still love him, you can't talk bad about Luther to this day. As soon as somebody says something about Luther, be like, hold on, wait, pump your brakes, all right? This ain't gonna be a barbershop when they was talking about Martin Luther the King. You ain't gonna talk about Luther in a bad way. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, so it was so good. Yeah. So if you can watch it, by all means, even if you have to pay for it, I would recommend it. It's about an hour and 30 minutes, but it is such a good documentary, and I will be watching it again. Yeah, it was so many different things. things to watch. Yeah, I was mentioning to her since she's here today. I mentioned to her about like you have to watch this, and she was like maybe tomorrow. So we'll see. Okay. But all right, and what you got sis in the last 6 minutes?
Yeah, right.
I can't get it out.
So what I have just really quick is Super Mario Brothers, the movie. Mm-hmm. Right. So I never paid attention. So when I was little, I was growing up. Mario was like the new thing. Like in the 80s, Mario was
Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo and everything. That was like the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So I never put together anything about Mario going down tunnels because he was a plumber.
He was a plumber, yeah.
I'm a child. I don't see that. I don't see that.
No, that's the other one. Was that Donkey Kong? Dun, 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 dun.
No, that's when he goes down into the tunnel and he's swimming. Dun, 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 dun.
So he's swimming through the water. Yeah, there you go.
Dun,
okay,
yeah.
I was making sure I was saying the right
Yeah.
one.
So, but I never put any of that together. But this movie is like his origin story. So it starts off with him and his brother being like, "Yeah, we're the best plumbers. We got this commercial."
Wait, is this real people or is this commercial?
This is all cartoon.
Okay, I was trying to put it together. Okay, thank you.
But it's like, yeah, we're the best brothers, blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, really close to the TV and then back up, so so how they made their commercial, and their parents are like, so you're trying to make money off of being a plumber, and you put all your money towards this commercial. And it's like, yeah, Dad, come on. I mean, like, this is what's going to make us money. We had to put money out. We got to spend money to make money. And Luigi's like, yeah, Dad, what Mario said. I'm just doing what Mario said.
That's all that Luigi does.
Yeah. What Mario said.
Yeah.
So, just the cast for it is so good. So Luigi's played by Charlie Day. You can hear the voice.
Yeah. Oh, love Charlie.
Yeah. Chris Pratt. You know who Chris Pratt is from The Office and from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
he plays Mario.
Jurassic.
Yeah. You have Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays the Princess Peach. Jack Black plays Bowser.
Oh, okay.
And then there's some other people you really don't need to know. I mean, there's other people in it, but they're just
those
pop
are the
up.
main characters.
Oh well, wait. You do need to know
Who is the nemesis?
The nemesis is Bowser.
Bowser. Okay, I couldn't remember. It's been
But
a
you
while
do need
since
to
I've
know
seen
Toad. Keenan
Toad.
Michael Key is Toad. And Toad just shows up and was like, yeah, hey, good. Where are y'all going? I'm going to go with y'all. It's like, okay. Yeah, I can show you around. I know this place. Like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
What's that on the back of my hand? Yeah, so it's cute like that. So what happens is they get sucked into this tunnel. But the tunnel they're working on some sewage. There's a backup with the water main in the main street. Mm-hmm. The city is working in the wrong place. So he's like, Luigi, this is where they need to be. Come on, let's go down there. So they pull up the manhole, go down there. They see the main. They see what's like
happening.
It's like shaking and rattling and steam and everything's coming off of it. He's like, just got to turn this. And then once he goes to turn it, things happen. They get down. There's a tunnel. They're like, do you hear something? And they put their ear closer to it. Now it sucks them in. But as it sucks them in, the tubes that they're going in it's not actually tubes yet. It's like lights. It's like different color lights, like a rainbow type lights that
Like
they're going through.
like fiber optics?
Not fiber optics, but it's like you see them transcending into a magical land. So with that happening, now they're side by side, and then it's like, why is Luigi over there and I'm over here this one? So now it's like, I can't do anything. He's like, Mario! You know? Yeah. So now Luigi is captured by Bowser. Bowser is in love with the princess. Princess Peach, he's like, we're going to get married. Yeah. That's my lady. It's like, I'm going to kill everybody, but that's my lady.
Oh, gosh.
Like, everybody who's around her, they can die because she's going to marry me.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
But then he hears, hey, there's a guy named Mario who's going around. He has this jumpsuit on. It has an M on it. He got a mustache. He got a hat on with an M on it. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, really? And looks over at Luigi. And Luigi's like, exactly I don't know this guy at all. And then Bowser just grabs his little mustache and starts pulling on it. I mean, he grabs like a good amount of his mustache, starts pulling on it, and starts to pull hairs out. He's like, hey, he's my brother. So now Mario is not trying to be with Princess Peach. Princess Peach is actually trying to train him how their world works, so
Okay.
he can go and get his brother.
Gotcha.
So this is
it's
that
not a love
whole
connection.
origin story. The love connection comes, but I mean,
Yeah,
like
but
he
it's
sees her,
not
he's like,
initial.
man, she's hot, and then she's like, yeah, but you need to learn how to do this stuff, and if you
This
want
is
to go,
not that
yeah.
serious. Yeah.
So it's just that origin story about that, and I thought it was so cute how they did that. I don't even remember the real Mario movie. I remember the guy who was in it,
No.
but I don't remember the live action Mario movie. I kind of want to go back and
never
watch it
watched
now
it.
and see if it's similar or not, but I don't think it is because I remember them being like literally in like pipes with other people that were. It wasn't like they went to a fictitious land or magical land. It was just like a whole bunch of. It was kind of like it reminded me of what's the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Not Total Recall, the one when they're in Mars.
Yeah, that was Total Recall.
That was Total Recall? Okay. Yeah, it reminded me of like Total Recall, how all the people were around and looking dusty and dirty and still kind of like, so it's like, it was something like that. But I love this little Super Mario Brothers movie, the little kids movie. I would definitely watch it again.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and you know what? I put it on just to have some noise. And then next thing you know, I'm watching it. And I was like, get out of here. Is that?
Why am I actually
Yeah, I'm really watching this kids movie and I'm here for it. Yeah.
Love
So
it.
yeah, that's what I had. And if you want to watch that, you can find it on Peacock. It is the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Awesome. Well, thanks,
Yeah,
sis.
that's all I
That
have.
is it this week, y'all, for Sestra-Tainment. I will say, just as a little sidebar, hot topic, I don't know, but just prayers for California
Yes,
and everybody there dealing with the fires because it is spreading.
The
And
winds are so bad.
Winds are really bad. A friend of mine, shout out Marlene, sent out a video to me showing her hair just like she looked like Medusa, like just flopping
Flying
around in the
yeah.
wind. And it
Tractor
was
trailer
really,
trucks.
really, trucks are flipping over
On the
and
highway,
on the
yeah.
side, and the winds from that. But also, there is potentially people who are going around starting fires too. So, and they actually said simultaneously a bunch of fires started at the exact same time. So there's things they're looking into.
Well, I know the
to
firefighters
try to
do
figure
fight
out.
fire with fire.
Well, no,
Sometimes,
these
but
are
these are just
people
random
who are
people.
getting arrested for starting fires or seeing people who live there who are recording people who are taking bags and catching them on fire and then leaving them out in the middle of a piece of land. So
right, well, that's
people are arsonists, for lack of a better way of saying it. So on that note, we just pray that they're able to figure everything out and go from there and be safe. So. All right. So
yeah,
everybody,
that's it. Everybody have a good one.
Have an amazing week, and we'll come back next week, same time.
Bye.